Man, I can't believe I'm about to make this video, man. This video really hurts me, man. This video hurts me as an NXT 2.0 fan. But I'm just come on and say it. I think there's a strong possibility that Triple H is purposely sabotaging Shawn Michaels in NXT 2.0 to make Raw and SmackDown look superior and better. Because we have all heard the talk for the past 8-9 months that Shawn Michaels was doing a great job. He was doing a great job in NXT 2.0. It was better than Raw and SmackDown. It was more entertaining. Now, just remember, when it comes to NXT, that will always be Triple H's show. I don't care if he's running SmackDown or Raw. That show will always be the brainchild of Triple H. But now he's running SmackDown and Raw full time and pay-per-views full time. The fact that he took away War Games, did he really take away War Games away from NXT 2.0? Last time I checked, he did. Now War Games belongs to the main roster. That's not sabotage. Let me tell you why I think he is sabotaging Shawn Michaels in NXT 2.0. It's quite simple. Shawn Michaels was a Vince McMahon guy. How the way that show was ran these past 8-9 months, that was all Shawn Michaels, Bruce, and Vince. Everything that you saw when it came to the booking and the pacing and the storylines and the characters and the gimmicks, that was all a directive from Vince McMahon up top. He wanted Shawn Michaels to run that show exactly like he did for the past 8-9 months. Vince wanted to bring NXT to, he wanted them to have more characters, more gimmicks. He didn't want that show to be based on work rate. He wanted storylines. He wanted matches that mean something. So here's Triple H, just sitting back, just kicking back at home, watching Shawn Michaels run NXT 2.0. He saw Shawn was having fun. He saw that Shawn was a Vince McMahon guy. He saw Shawn was getting all the hype. He was getting all the love. These shows were actually quite entertaining. Of course, the goddamn smart marks didn't like it. But us casuals, we loved NXT 2.0. Because there wasn't any long-ass matches. There was characters, storylines. It felt like a semi-bootleg version of the Attitude Era in terms of it was semi-edgy. That's what Vince McMahon was going for. He wanted that show to be semi-edgy. Dog, there's people in the YouTube landscape, right? I'm not gonna say names. There's these two guys that said Manny Rose and Bron Breakker are the two best things currently in all of the WWF. Are you high? You gotta be high to say that false statement. That's one of those dumbest statements I ever heard. Like, you guys are just trolls. You are just trolls. You want a reaction from guys like me. You are a troll, bruh. That's all they do is say troll ass shit. You want a reaction. That's like, what are you talking about? If anything, Manny Rose and Bron Breakker have been cooled off for the past 2 months. They have been cooled off. Toxic Attraction has been cooled off. Are you insane? Bron Breakker, look, I'm a fan of Bron Breakker. Don't get me started on Bron Breakker. I'm a fan of his too. But I'm just come out and say it. He feels like Wardlow. These past 3 months, look, let me tell you his timeline on when the decline of Bron Breakker has begun. Ever since his feud with Joe Gacy, he has gone downhill. Okay, that was a good feud. But ever since that feud, he has been going downhill. You know why? Here's why. He feels like Wardlow. They have dropped the ball on Bron Breakker. What have you been watching? I actually watch these shows, bro. 2 hours. From start to finish, I watch these shows. Bron Breakker does not feel the same from 5-6 months ago. What the hell have you been watching, bro? His first 7 to 8, 6 months maybe, he felt like a Steiner brother. He was like a mixture of like Goldberg, Scott, and Rick. He fit right in with the 80s. He was a great prospect. Now, I still think he has the potential to be a WrestleMania main event, but not right now. Are you serious? This current version of Bron Breakker, if he gets called up to the main roster and he is this version, he will get booed. That crowd would turn on his ass. And here's why. I think he's worse than Wardlow. In terms of his character, right now, as we speak, he's corny. It's like he is the definition of a goody two-shoes. More than Wardlow. Actually, more than John Cena. What's going on here? It gets to the point where, is he being sabotaged? Is Bron Breakker being sabotaged? Because when he was beefing with Dolph Ziggler, that was a great feud. Dolph brought out the best in Bron Breakker. He felt like a badass. That's the point of this whole conversation. Bron Breakker does not feel like a goddamn badass. What's up, Bron? I feel like he's being sabotaged to make Shawn Michaels look bad. I think he's being sabotaged. I'm sorry. What's going on with Bron Breakker? His promos are cringe now. His promos are corny, cringe. He sounds like a goody two-shoes. He doesn't have a badass bone in his body. He literally respects all his opponents. I don't like that. That is not the Bron I know. The Bron I know, he was not your friend. Why is he trying to be the friend of Tyler Bate? Right? The old Bron I know, his first 6 months, he would have gave zero fucks about Tyler Bate. It's like, what's up with Bron? He is no longer a badass. He's corny. It's like, dog, nobody likes those kind of baby faces anymore. The do right by all, the goody guys, nobody likes those guys. That's what he is now. I'm like, what happened to Bron? He's corny, he's cringe, his promos suck now. His promos used to be badass. He used to curse. I'm seeing all this smiling. He's no longer talking with authority. He's not cutting promos with no charisma anymore. His charisma is gone. That's why I feel like he's being sabotaged. Is somebody telling him to freaking act like this? He felt like a badass at first. That's why I was like, you know what? He should dethrone Roman Reigns, but not anymore. Hell no. If he gets called up to the main roster with this current version of him, he will get booed. He will not get over. Now, when it comes to Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction, dog, they have been cooled off, bro. I don't know what's going on. They've been cooled off. What's her name? Gigi hasn't been dressing as skimpy as she once did. That's pissing me off. Because, dog, at this point, she is the reason why I watch the current NXT 2.0, bro. Without her, it's boring. Dog, without Gigi, that show's boring to me. I went from saying this show was my favorite show out of the whole week to that show's boring. Gigi is the only saving grace. Now, don't get me started on Miss Lyons. Damn, man. They have cooled her off like a damn fridge. She has been put on ice, my girl, Miss Lyons. Good Lord, man, what happened to her? She went from possibly dethroning Mandy Rose to teaming with Zoe Stark. To me, that's sabotage. It's like her push has been derailed. She should not be in a tag team, bro. She is a singles girl. It's like, shouldn't Miss Lyons be freaking Jade Cargill? Dog, she was on pace to be the next Jade Cargill. And now she's nowhere near that. She's in a tag team that nobody cares about. Her momentum has been shot down. Why is she teaming with Zoe freaking Starks? Now, here's what I think about Zoe Starks. I think, okay, there might be only one saving grace on why Zoe Starks has been teaming with Miss Lyons. I think it's because maybe she might turn heel on Miss Lyons. Other than that, This is a pointless tag team that is going nowhere, that will help out nobody. Miss Lyons is a singles chick. Why isn't she in singles? Like, what? She ain't no damn tag team partner. She's a singles girl. So that's the only saving grace I have. Possibly Zoe Stark might turn heel on Miss Lyons. If she is not, this is Sabotage. Now, here's what I think about Zoe Stark. I really don't know what Shawn and Triple H seeing her. I mean, have you noticed? She might be the buffest chick on a damn roster, bruh. Bruh, she's buffer than Bianca Belair. This chick is swole. I'm like, maybe they see her as China from 1996? Maybe. Now, when it comes to Zoe Stark, man, girls like her, they have no upside on the main roster. She's not what the main roster audience is looking for. Not women who look like that. The reason why she reminds me of China from 1996 is because China, she was a butterface, right? She was all buff and swole, but her face wasn't doing her any favors, right? That's why she was a great heel. Have you noticed? When it comes to women who are not, super hot, who are not dimes, they make great heels. Because the audience don't want to cheer a chick that's not majorly attractive. That's why they make great heels. It's been happening since the 80s. Ever since, I don't know, Wild Wrestling from the 80s or something like that. Remember? They always booked women who are not that hot as great heels. They always did it. They did it with, what's her name, Luna. Luna wasn't majorly hot, but Vince made her a heel because of that factor. The fact that Luna can beat the shit out of divas. That got her heat. See, Zoe Starks, she reminds me of Jazz. If Zoe Starks turns heel, that might save her career. Dog, the crowd would never cheer her as a face. They don't cheer women who look like that. They didn't cheer Jazz. They didn't cheer China until she got face surgery. And she fixed her chin. Right? Back in 2000, 01, 99, that's when people started to become fans of China once she got face surgery. That's when she got over. Once she looked more like a woman, that's when she got over. That's when the crowd loved her. That's why she was on Playboy. Once she got face surgery, that's when she got over. See, the main roster audience is very shallow. They like hot women. They want to cheer hot women. But that's what made Jazz and Luna special. They stood out. That's what made them great heels. The fact that they were buff, swole-ass chick, that both chicks were not that hot. That's why they were great heels. The fact that Jazz was beating up Tori Wilson, Keibler, Lita, Trish. That got her heat. The fact that she was beating up all of our favorite hot, sexy-ass divas. That got her heat. That should be Zoe Starks. She's never going to be a dime piece. So you might as well turn her heel. Make her beat up all the hot chicks that we love. That will get her over. Now look, I'm not trying to disrespect her, but she is kind of a butterface. I'm sorry. She is kind of a damn butterface, but look, I'm not trying to diss her. I'm just doing an eye test. An eye test tells me she will make a great heel on the main roster. All she has to do is beat up Bliss, beat up Asuka, beat up Bianca Belair, beat up all the hot chicks, right? That will get her over. But trying to push her as a face, it's not gonna work. The crowd's not gonna cheer her. There's nothing to cheer. Why should we cheer her when we can cheer Bliss, Asuka, Bianca, Shotzi? We have all these options that we can cheer that have way more upside. Why should we cheer her? She needs to break people's dreams. She needs to beat up all the hot, sexy ass divas on Raw and SmackDown. That's what get her over. But I think Miss Lyons is getting sabotaged, man. Her momentum has been shut down like I don't know what. What the hell is going on? And here is another evidence where I think Shawn Michaels has been getting sabotaged, right? Why the hell your ass gonna book Solo Sikoa to beat Carmelo Hayes? That was a clean match. Carmelo Hayes, he put the title on the line. It was an open challenge. Okay, by that logic, let's take away all the open challenges on Raw and SmackDown. What was the problem? That was legal. A champion has the right to defend his title anytime he wants. Any challengers? Carmelo, that was an open challenge that Solo answered. So what is the problem? Why did Shawn Michaels strip him? And if you saw Shawn Michaels talking to Melo and Solo, he looked very, very awkward. He looked sad, bro. But Shawn Michaels looked embarrassed to strip Solo of the damn title. Now, I'm curious to find out, what does Roman Reigns think about what does he think about all this, right? Because that makes Solo look dumb. Like, bro, he just brought that title to the goddamn bloodline. After 1 week, he has been stripped of that title. To me, that makes him look bad. That makes the bloodline look bad. And what made it awkward, his belt had his nameplates. So this was very, very random. Why would you book Solo to take the title off of Carmelo to have him drop it the following week? Like, what's going on here? It gets to the point where, okay, what was the point of stripping Melo of that title in the first place? Why did you make him drop it? He was having a good title reign. Now we gotta wait 6 freaking weeks to crown a new North American champion, even though we already had one. For you to give Solo a 1 week reign, that's embarrassing, by the way. That does not do him any favors, right? There's people who watch SmackDown, and guess what? They don't watch NXT 2.0. So, the next time we see him on SmackDown, what is going to be the goddamn explanation? Where is his title at? Did he lose it? What the hell happened? As a casual, you are going to have questions. Where is Solo's title? Why did you give it to him to have him be stripped of the following week? That made 0 sense, 0 logic, and it made Shawn Michaels look like a fool. It made Shawn Michaels look like a shit booker, but I don't think Shawn Michaels booked it. Come on, man, Shawn Michaels would never do that Shawn Michaels would never do that to his own show that he's running, unless somebody told him to do it. Like, why? Carmelo had a great reign. Why the hell would you give him, like, why would you strip him of the title after 1 week and now the title is vacated? Like, what? Dog, he was a great champion. You should have just kept the title on Melo. That makes Shawn Michaels look bad. But I think it was sabotage. I don't think that was his choice to have Melo Man drop that title. That's why I think there is a lot of sabotage going on. I feel like Triple H wants Shawn Michaels to look bad. That's just what I think. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I think he is sabotaging his boy on purpose. Right? Because if he wants Raw and SmackDown to be great, why would he want Shawn Michaels' show to look just as good, if not better, than what he's doing? Right? Come on, man. Triple H, he is still a competitor at the end of the day. Now, there was something else that bothered me. There is a best out of 7 match between Nathan Frazier and a guy named Axum freaking Body Spray. I don't know his name. Nathan Frazier versus Axum Body Spray. Okay, what makes you think we want to see those guys wrestle for the next 6 weeks? Are you insane? Last time I checked, Nathan Frazier is not Sheamus. Last time I checked, Axum Body Spray is not Cesaro. Last time I checked, Nathan Frazier is not Chris Benoit. Last time I checked, Axum Body Spray is not Booker T. Those guys had a best of 7 series that was great. All 4 guys. You know why? Those guys are stars. Nathan Frazier and Axum Body Spray, those guys have no upside. What makes you think we want to see those guys have work rate 20-minute matches for the next 7 weeks? Those 2 guys are not over. You got to have guys that are over to have a series of matches. That's what I'm afraid of when it comes to this show now. Are we bringing back work rate matches? I'm afraid now. I'm afraid they might be bringing back work rate matches. Because who the hell asked for Nathan Frazier versus Axum Body Spray to wrestle every week for a whole month? Like, what? Like, dog, I don't want to see two guys that are like freaking 5'8" wrestling every damn week. Who is booking that? Whose idea was that? Right? Dog, that is the equivalent of seeing freaking S.A. Rios versus Taka Michinoku every week for a whole month. Dog, we want to see that. Dog, for the last couple weeks, I have turned my damn channel. I don't want to watch that match. I'm not into those two guys. They have no upside. What's the point? They have no potential. I need answers, Sway. What the hell? So I'm scared, man. I don't want work rate matches to come back. That's why I'm saying there is some sabotage going on. Now, what do I think of that one big dude, right? I think he is called the Diva, something. I think he's called the Big Diva or something like that. What do I think of him? Now, I actually know who he is. He used to wrestle here in California on the Indies, but he had a totally different gimmick. He was like Mr. Hughes 2.0 here in California, and I know what school he wrestled at, so I know who he is. I'm shocked they gave him a Big Daddy V meets Goldust like character. I'm shocked. He is like a overweight Velveteen Dream, really. It's like, damn, what's the point of bringing back Dream if your ass got him? It's like, dog, he is a overweight version of the Velveteen Dream. But here is the difference. Here's why Dream got over. Dream can actually wrestle, right? During his debut, people did not like the Dream. People thought he was being buried because of that gimmick, but he got over because he can wrestle. When it comes to this guy who calls himself a diva, there's no proof he can wrestle. He is gonna have a hard time getting over if he can't wrestle. If he can't wrestle and he has that gimmick, he will be buried. Because when it came to Goldust can actually wrestle. That's the difference. That's why Goldust got over. That's why the crowd grew to respect him as a heel, because Goldust can actually wrestle. Big Daddy V can actually wrestle. So when it comes to this guy who calls himself a diva, he is gonna have a hard time getting over if he can't wrestle. Because the first match I saw of him, he had 2 or 3 moves. That's it. 2 or 3 moves. Dog, that is not enough. So I'm very curious to find out how many moves does he have. He needs to know how to wrestle to get that gimmick over. If not, he will be looked at as a joke jobber character. That's all I'm saying. But dog, man, the overall flow of NXT has just changed, man. I don't know what happened. It's sabotage, bro. It's sabotage. Bron Breakker feels like Wardlow 2.0, but worse. He's boring. Bron Breakker, dog. Ever since that Joe Gacy feud, he's been boring. Boring ass promos. He freaking panders. He don't talk like a badass anymore. It's like, dog, what happened? So I'm afraid for Bron Breakker. If you think he has been doing good these past 4 or 3 months, you don't know professional wrestling. I have been watching this product since 1992. You can't tell me shit. You can't tell me a damn thing. I know what I'm seeing in Bron Breakker these past 2-3 months. He's boring now, bruh. They have cut his balls off. There's no badass from him any goddamn more. I don't see Steiner. I don't see Rick. Nothing. He's boring. It's like he looks like Mason Ryan and Wardlow right now. I'm sorry. That's what he looks like for the time being. Hopefully, when he gets called up to the main roster, he will go back to being the badass Bron Breakker. That's it. I'm done.